got you. Let it vibe real quick. Look.
City eyes, it's time to vote God. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation voltage and fall through. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. The colder than the avalanche, way above average. Offense taste sweet, told him make me an apple crisp. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Java, come on, man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad, telling me how them crackers turned his childhood to a ghost town. Poker stop, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, so tangent. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo. Spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Waldo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yara down, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
We talking about practice, not a game, not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we talking about practice.
Back row.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere other than one that is not me. It's beef, we strut a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines, you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'ma go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They ring got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe. Connected from Cali to New York, nigga, so let it go. Made for this, nigga, I eat bars and drink flows. Thinking you woke into your third eye peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy, it's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early, this bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game, these niggas lame, they bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same, you want the easy pass, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire, you can't stand the rain, take an aim. Tell him runner, he can try his best. Drive a car named after me, that's why I'm in the vet. Laughing these niggas once again, and I ain't break a sweat. Number one at everything I do, that's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this, Canada with the mop stick. You gon' need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10 for 10 I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick, I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7" is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk. I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl? I'm talking about another gun. We here now? Hey, look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas. We burn the crib down. I'm ahead now, and I hope they can hear now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga. I don't fear clowns. Silences make it sound like raindrop. That's a quiet storm. Get the job done in the view and get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walking this bitch ready for war. I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flesh, that's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga. I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
For homicide detectives, the clock starts ticking the moment they are called. Their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. You will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my daughters safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Sitting in that room, hear the interrogator's voice. They asking why I do it. I tell them I had no choice. Couldn't take a threat or a risk to my family, so throw the book at me. I take them charges happily. Ain't no need for no polygraphs or forensics. I put that fucker in a body bag, I'll admit it. Fuck a sentence or the jury that will convict me. They don't understand, it's my family, they represent me. So for them, I risk my freedom, roll the dice. I ain't got much more for you crackers, go ahead and give me life. You don't know what it's like for the people that you love. They ain't there to get salutes, they ain't there to give you hugs. The same that done pulled me from the dirt and from the mud, it's gone because of who? Y'all rather shed your blood. My brother's kids like my other kids. If you touch them, fuck around, get another bid, plus 10. Put me in the Supermax, I get super jacked, working out every day, canteen super stack, cool with that. Long as it mean my daughter's safe, my brother's winning, that's a chance I take. Seal my fate. I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. I got wives that done gave they all to stand beside me. Kids that can't see me fall, look at me proudly. Respected by men with honor up on their name. You harm one of them, I promise that you'll see pain. I'm one West train, made an oath to uphold it. Stood with my back against the wall, never folded. Grew up in the city where the love ain't brotherly. I ain't had too many friends, I ain't need the company. I'm my father's son, so I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. I say that you my homie, you're my brother, then you stuck with me. Never turn my back on mine, it's to the dirt. You cross them across that line, I end you first. What only make it worse is loyalty hard to find. Never think cause you out of sight, you out of mind. And I don't mind dying now, cause reincarnation got me coming back. Same scars in my heart aching. Be parlaying with killers from all places. Every last one of them for me a broad day shit. So what you think, I won't do it for them? Once they let me out the cell, shit, I do it again. It's for the family. I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my people safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48.
I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this that exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active. with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is in fact the If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jake. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't just do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it Young Patty. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. 6 shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feed you, you will never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow son, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
All right, let's clap it up. Shalom, DC, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible. And the truth is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Jews, and that our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right. We are not affiliated with any other Christian church or Hebrew Israelite group on the face of the planet. 1 West is home of the truth. If it's not 1 West, you do not have the truth. Right. You are not a part of the truth. The scripture says that it's one body. Yeah, I've heard a million times how the way, everybody else talks about us, how we're saying we're brainwashed. Everybody says the same thing. They think it's an insult, but that's actually a flex, because we are one body. We actually live how the way the Bible tells us to live. You have some, Chapat?
Yeah, I'm brainwashed. My brain is clear.
Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. All the Akim in here and Akwathim in here are completely washed of all of the world. We fought our demons, and we continue to fight our demons, and we are leading. We are leading the black, brown, and Hispanic community to exactly how the way Christ led us. You know what I'm saying? And we couldn't have done it without Christ, the way Christ did it. If he didn't show us the path, we would have been still in the world. You know what I'm saying? We would have still been destroyed if we didn't have a pure example, a holy, separate example of how the way the Most High wants all of us to be. We would be the same old disgusting, filthy bastards we once were before we came into the school. You know what I'm saying? Before we got our brains washed. It's like, if I could, I was watching, I was scrolling through my timeline, and it was this cat I knew in the world that I ain't talked to in quite some time. It's been over 10 years, more than that, since I seen him, brother, last. And when I seen him, he added me on Facebook, and we immediately didn't, talk and say, hey, what's up? I hadn't seen you in a minute. I saw what he was into. He saw what I was into, and we just kept it as that. But every now and again, I see something that he posts, and I'm like, damn, you need to fight your demons. You need to fight your demons. He is 100% a Christian, and he is an effeminate one at that. And it utterly disgusts me whenever this dude comes up on my timeline, and I'm like, yo, if you don't fight your goddamn demons, man, fight that demon, that Christianity church choir goddamn demon. And it's all over. I was at the Slave one time, and I seen his joint come up, scroll up. And then I talked to this one lady at the Slave, and I told her, I was like, hey, just tell me, what do you think of this person? I don't want you saying just what comes to first, what's the first thing that pops in your mind? And then I showed her, and she was like, milk and cookies.
Oh wow.
She was like, milk and cookies. Get me, Slug, if you could get me what is it? 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Give me 1 Corinthians 6 and 9, because that's what came to mind, and that mentality that is on that brother is all over the Christian church. It's all over the Christian church, and it like I said, I.S.U.P.K, sir. And that mentality is all over the Christian church, and it just totally and utterly disgusts me. I want to vomit when I see that nastiness. Yeah, if you could.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Who is the unrighteous? Who is the unrighteous? Let me tell you, just off the bat, anybody who is not Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian is automatically unrighteous. Off the bat, no matter what in the hell they do, no matter what in the hell they say, they will never be righteous. That's number one. Number two, just to further explain who is the unrighteous, even if you are so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, you can still fit that bill of being unrighteous. And what makes you unrighteous? We're about to go down the list of just some of the things that will make you unrighteous. If you could keep going, Baba Kashaw.
Be not deceived.
Don't be deceived. Don't let niggas get in your head and tell you one thing, tell you it's raining when it's really someone pissing on your head. Don't be deceived. Keep going.
Neither fornicators.
Neither fornicators, people who have unlawful sex. That's what it is. Unlawful sex. Anyone who's out there who is whores and whoremongers, who likes to have sex. If you're a woman who likes to have sex with anybody other than your husband, or you out there, having marriages with many different men. Christ said, you have what, 6 different husbands. Don't quote me on the exact number, but he says you had a number of different husbands. You are a fornicator. Man, yeah, it might have been 5. Man, if you have a woman and you lying with that woman and then you go ahead and throw her away, you are committing fornication. That is unlawful sex.
I don't know if he's finished, but animals and toys.
Animals. I know animals is. It depends on how you use them. I don't know. Salaki, I'm not versed on that, so I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there. Maybe the men above me can elaborate on that. But animals, you are 100% right. Keep going, Salaki.
No idolaters.
No idolaters. No people who worship every little thing. And with that, I pass the class over to Priest and Officer Kazak Ahmad.
All right, let's clap it up. All right. Shalom, Israel. Shalom. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah Barakatham to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alathon Bahashim, Yahweh Shah to the sisters. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. We are not affiliated with no other Israelite group or Christian organization, and we teach the truth according to the Bible. And that's that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the real Jews,
Right.
the ethnic Jews, the Jews by blood, according to the Bible. You understand? There's a lot of uproar on the earth that the niggas and spicks and redskins in the ghettos, the burials and reservations have the nerve to make a claim to be God's holy people. The funny thing is that's more proof that we are his people, because everybody else is allowed to attach themselves to our records. Everybody else is allowed to make the claim that they are the chosen people. Everybody else is allowed to say they are the Jew, except Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The moment we say it, all of a sudden we're a hate group. All of a sudden we're a terrorist organization. All of a sudden we're the Black KKK. To compare us to the Black KKK, to compare us to the KKK is to undermine the suffering and the violence that our forefathers have endured, and our foremothers, have endured underneath that terrorist criminal organization called the Ku Klux Klan. You understand? The I.S.U.P.K has never lynched any white people. We don't teach anybody to do any violence. We don't teach to overthrow the government of America, but somehow we get put in the same boat as the people who stormed the Capitol, as the people who raped Black women and lynched Black men and Black children. Somehow we get put in the same boat, and I can tell you why. And it's the same reason why you devils, who the Bible calls the devil, are mad that there's a Black Little Mermaid. The same reason why you get mad there's a Black Little Mermaid is the reason why you call an organization, the only organization on the face of this goddamn earth that serves the God of the Bible, a hate group. And that's because we dare to say the truth. And the truth is that Christ is Black and the Jews are Black. And so because we say the truth according to the Bible, and that's that Christ is a Black man, you hate us. The same way you hate the fact that Ariel, a fictional character in a cartoon movie for children, is being depicted now as a Black woman. Brother, I laughed because I'm on social media and I'm blocked. You understand? Facebook blocked me for 30 days, but I'm still on there. You understand? I'm on there and I'm doing my part. You understand? As a good citizen of Facebook, and I'm reporting all comments that go against the community standards, brother. That's what I do when I get blocked. You understand? I get on there and report anything that I feel is just, it goes against the community of Facebook from making it a good, safe community. I report it. You understand? And as I'm on there looking for something to report, I'm seeing all these different videos. And for the life of me, it's funny how we are having actual intellectual, scientific debates on mermaids. I'm talking about, I seen a video with some Nordic researcher. He had the whole look too. He had the red ginger hair, the red beard. And he was saying how the original man who wrote the story, Hans Christensen, I believe is his name, is the same race as him. And that comes from their mythology of mermaids. But he also says that every race had some type of mythology to mermaids. But I'm looking and I'm just like, the world is getting pulled into a intellectual debate because a fictional character for a cartoon is being depicted as Black. And it shows you just how much the forces of this society are against you. We're going to go into it tonight in just a second. Go ahead, Shapat. If you got any questions, make sure you type them in the chat. Whatever questions you may have, type them in the chat. You understand? I'm priest and officer of 5,000, Kazak Ahmad. This is I.S.U.P.K, Washington, D.C. The Wednesday night scripture breakdown class. I got priest and officer 500 Bakwas rocking with me. Priest and officer Shapat Dayat rocking with me. And priest and officer Pagabawa rocking with me. You understand? So any questions you have, type them in the chat. If you're just tuning in or you haven't done so, like and share the stream. Like and share the stream. This is more evidence now as to why you should like and share the stream. If they mad about a cartoon, goddamn, wait till they find out all the people in the Bible are niggas. Wait till they find out. And the only way they can find out is if you do your part and push this out. Like and share the stream. You understand? Go ahead, Shapat.
I got a quick precept, but I did have a question as well. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
And that's what's happening right now. It's an astonishment that black people would have the audacity to want their little girls and little children to have some inkling of self-esteem. Do you know what seeing somebody on TV that looks like you does for your esteem? You don't know because you're a slave in this place. You know who does know what it does? White America. If they are so adamant about a cartoon character not being portrayed as black, they must know something that we fail to realize. That the men in the I.S.U.P.K have always taught and have always knew, because the Lord told us that color does matter. Your race does matter. Your race comes before everything. You understand? You're not a man or a woman first. You're not whatever little subcategories y'all make up and come up with first. I've seen some LGBTQ member calling himself going off on black men. You understanding how black men ain't this and black men is that, and the whole time he talking, it's like y'all the least educated and y'all the problem and y'all want to be in charge. And I said, this cat don't even realize he's speaking as y'all, and he's so lost. He's speaking about himself. You are a black man too. But here's what you got to realize, and this is what the Christian church, this is what this society will try to convince you and lie to you to believe, that your race does not matter, that your skin color doesn't matter, when it's everything. You understand? It's absolutely everything. And the proof of it is Little Mermaid being black. That's the proof of it. Color matters. The same people who told you to worship Christ and Christ doesn't have a color, well, Ariel doesn't have a color then. Damn it. If Christ, y'all told us when we was on the streets and we brought out that this devil, you understand, is not Christ. Whenever we bring this out, this is not Christ. Christ is black according to the Bible. Brother, and y'all being the devil that you are, being so subtle and slick, you say, well, brother, color doesn't matter. It's not about color. It's Jesus came for all. It's about the heart. Well, damn it, Ariel's color doesn't matter. It's about the heart. It's what she represents, right? You see the hypocrisy in it all? He was able to be painted as white, and you can't even let a fictional character be painted as somebody that looks like my daughter or my mother or my sister, because you hate my people. Go ahead, I.S.U.P.K.
I had a question, but even when in the word race, it's called a human race because it's a race. You know, but my question was in 1 Corinthians 6 and 9, when it says fornication. Fornication, that also has to do with toys as well.
No. There's no law against what you would call sex toys. Okay. You understand? What a man and woman do in their bedroom is their business. You understand? Now, of course, it's their business, but there's a line being drawn when you know this is all right. This is bordering now on sin, the things that you requested me to do to you. You understand? And many brothers, many of them cats in the fake Israelite groups are guilty of this. Well, they requesting they rib to put all type of stuff in them, and they wearing their ribs underwear. And you understand? And they they into all that. There's a line drawn where this is no longer being freaky, quote unquote. This is not the good freaky. This is the freaky, bad freaky. You understand? And there is definitely a line, but sex toys are not unlawful. You understand? A woman, she got that BOB, that battery operated boyfriend. You understand? It's not unlawful. What I will say is nothing's better than the real thing. That's what I would say. You understand? But if it stops you from now going out and being a whore, or from going out and committing fornication, I might have meant the water, then okay, so be it. But there's no law against that. You understand? There's no law against it. I always advocate that just get married, damn it. You understand? Paul said it's better to be married than to burn. Just go get married for all that reason. You understand? But that goes back once again. The reason why we have so many things against righteous sex
It comes from the Christian church. The Christian church taught us to hate righteous sex, but allow everything else that's against God to prosper. A man and a woman having sex in the Christian church is nasty. In the Catholic church, that's nasty. That's why they call Mary having Christ without having sex. They call it the Immaculate Conception, because the word immaculate means clean. And in their minds, a woman that never had sex is clean. Oh, that she's clean. When in reality, a woman having sex with her husband is righteous. It's holy, and that's what the Lord wanted. That's how He designed it for you Christians. You so goddamn hypocritical and so just prude. You understand? You say sex is only for recreation, reproduction. No, it's not. If it's just for reproduction, the Lord didn't make it to feel good. You understand? And that's just the reality. The Christians will try to make you hate righteous sex. Meanwhile, they're molesting children. Meanwhile, the Catholic Church has to pay out billions of dollars every year to the victims that have been fondled by the priest who tell you you shouldn't get married to a woman and have sex with a woman. Meanwhile, them nuns are some of the biggest lesbians. You understand? Forget about the LGBTQ community in the Black and Hispanic church. The whole church is ran by sodomites. You understand? The whole choir director is RuPaul. You understand? You got RuPaul in the pulpit leading the whole service. You understand? And then you got Queen Latifah and set it off as your pastor. You understand? Prophetess. You hate the things that are right and you promote the things that are wrong. And that's Christianity. You understand? And that is going to go into what we're going into tonight. Go ahead, brother.
It's a lot, sir. I'm about to say, because a woman that's having sex lawfully with her husband and follows the Lord's commandments is cleaner than a woman who hasn't had sex, but she ain't following no commandments.
Say that again.
The woman that's having sex with her husband, lawful sex with her husband, and follows the commandments is cleaner than a woman that's not that hasn't had sex and is not following the commandments. Right.
You understand? A woman that never had sex, but she gets high, you know, so or she steals, and this is a big thing too. A lot of you sisters, every sister I met had a stealing problem. A sister, do any of the sisters want to care to break that down? You understand? Any sister said no. I understand. One of the sisters that want to type in the chat, let me into what's going on. Every sister I've met, brother, in the world had a stealing problem, and I ain't talking about stealing, you know, candy and stuff. I'm talking about going to J.C.Penney and putting on 4 bras and 5 pairs of panties and extra jeans and extra socks. I'm talking about why are you doing this? You have money. I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. Stop doing it. You understand? But that sister, she could be a full-out woman who never had sex, and she's unclean. She's dirty compared to the sister who's getting her tail tied by her husband every single night. You understand? That's immaculate according to the Lord. So you had your hand raised?
That's a lot. So I was about to say, you're saying it's so heavy because the sister will have sex, and that will be a marriage, but the pastor will be sleeping with boys and girls, and they won't say nothing about it.
They don't say anything about it. Nothing at all. And the proof of it is all of our lives. Almost every black person that you meet can tell you about a story of themselves or somebody that they know that has been molested in the church or by somebody who goes to church. And you ask them, what happened? Did you tell anybody? What happened when you told? Yeah, I told my mom, but she told me to shut my mouth. Oh, I told such and such, and they didn't do nothing happened. Meanwhile, you go in that church and you condemn brothers who have more than one woman, rightfully according to the Bible. And you brothers want to go around and getting all these women, having all these kids. Nigga, God said, be fruitful and multiply. You understand? Ain't no multiplication going on in here because it's a lot of sodomy that's going on in this church. You understand? Or it is multiplication going on, but it's many sisters now that's giving it up and don't know who the fathers are. That's why the church is filled with single, lonely, bitter women. Because you listen to the pastor, and instead of staying with your man, which is marriage, when he had sex with you, you now decide that because he has another woman, you can leave him. And what you fail to realize is every man that you ever be with will have more than one woman. But you're stupid enough to leave the father of your children because of it. Blame Bishop Whitehead. That's a nigga name that got robbed in New York. Blame him. Blame Steve Harvey. Blame Creflo Dollar. Blame T.D. Jakes. Blame your pastor. Blame your grandmother's pastor. Blame the people who should be placed in blame. You understand? The Christian pastors are the reason why the black church and the black community and Hispanic community is in shambles. It's the reason why we don't have families. We have broken families all throughout our communities. You got to ask yourself, well, shouldn't the church teach you how to make strong families at the least? You understand? Like, I thought that's what God wanted, for us to be a family. So how come there's no families being brought up in the church? Because the church is against the black family, and I can prove it to you. Go ahead, Bakwash.
It's like, if I could, without being too graphic, I've had sisters tell me that they were saving themselves for their husband, but still having sex.
Yeah.
Without being too graphic. They were
I know what you mean.
Yeah, and they said they learned that from the church.
Oh, absolutely. The Catholic Church tells you that, so like, I'm saying as professional as possible, oral intercourse is fine. You're still a virgin if you have oral intercourse. So now you got whores running around giving everybody in the hood sloppy toppy, you understand, and claiming they're a virgin. You understand? When it's like, sis, that's your husband, man. You understand? You was married to that one, and now 6-7 guys later, you still think you clean. You are not immaculate. You understand? You are very immaculate, if that's a word. You understand? You are very immaculate. You're very dirty. I'm gonna start calling shorties that. You are you immaculate. You understand? That's what you are. And I'm too much of a Mac to deal with that. You understand? We got any questions online? You got any questions in the room? Go ahead, sis.
Okay, so I have a question.
Absolutely.
So, okay, you were saying that a woman should not be. Okay, so what you were saying was that a woman should stay with her family if the man is cheating on her, but why would she then be at fault if she leaves the family?
No, let me ask you a question, sis. What is cheating?
It could be like physically, by communication. You know,
Physically what? What's happening?
Physically, like having sex with someone else, talking to somebody else. That's cheating to me. It's different.
You said that's cheating to you.
To me, yes.
Okay. I understand. At one point, that was cheating to me as well. It was cheating to a lot of us in the world, all of us, because we didn't understand that there's an actual definition, there's an actual standard on what's wrong and what's right. A man can't cheat. I know many brothers online, they go online and make the joke, black men don't cheat. There's some truth in that joke. You understand? There's some truth in that, in the sense that black men, according to the Bible, men cannot cheat, because a man, when he has sex with another woman, that becomes his wife. You understand? And the Bible teaches that a man can have more than one wife. So now you got to ask yourself, who gave us the term cheating? Who told us that a man who has sex with another woman is cheating? The same people who told us this is Christ. The same people having a temper tantrum that Ariel is black. You understand? The same people who said you should abort your baby. The same people who told us that it's okay for a black man to let another black man go inside of him. Those are people that told us the things that we know and hold as our standard, when we have to now erase what we thought we knew and what we feel, and now we have to come back to the standard. Who got what I need? Let's go, Bakwash.
This is Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's woman.
Now start right here. Now let me ask you, sis, do you know what adultery is?
Yes, it's like having sex outside of marriage, right?
For a sister, that's absolutely what it is. You understand? A sister who has sex with outside of her marriage with anyone that's not her husband commits adultery. Now let me ask you, based off of what I just said before, how can a man commit adultery?
Easily cheating on his wife by having sex with another woman. Why is it that?
Slow down. Let's address one at a time. So you said a man cheating on his wife. Now I just told you, according to the Bible, I'm gonna prove it to you. According to the Bible, a man, when he has sex with a woman, it becomes his woman. So now let me ask you, how does a man commit adultery? No sweat. If you don't know, we're gonna find out what God says about it. This is what we got to go back to, is the standard of what God says. And this is what you will not get in the Christian church. In the Christian church, you will get tradition. You understand? You'll get traditions of men, vain philosophies, deceits, lies. Let's find out the truth on how a man can commit adultery. Read it again. Tell them where you at, Bakwash.
This is Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 10. And the man that committed adultery with another man's wife even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death.
No switch. So now, based on what that just read, says if you need a Bible, if you could get the sister a Bible too, Bubba Shaw, so she could follow along. Now, so what does that mean? What does that mean? The part we just read.
I'm just listening because I'm confused.
No sweat. He gonna get your Bible so you can follow along as well. Go ahead, sis.
So basically, with the scripture, it's stating the only how a man can commit adultery is if he's sleeping with another man's wife.
Give her a hand. That's exactly what it's saying. And this is the part that's so disgusting with this society. We've let the white man dictate our culture, dictate our music, dictate what's right and wrong. And this is the standard in the black community. The standard is you are that man, you that nigga, if you can take another nigga's girl. When you don't understand how gay, how backwards and disgusting that is, it's the weakest thing you can do, you understand, when it comes to dealing with relationships. Like a real man goes out and conquers. You understand? You go out and get your own. You now coming behind some other man, and you boyfriend number two, Mr. Steal Your Girl, can't help but wait. What's all the things your man won't do? All our music is geared towards a man taking another man's woman. When that's the way that a man commits adultery. That's cheating, if you will. But the word cheating even implies that relationships are a game. You understand? How can I cheat? Is this relationship a game? It just shows you the mindset that our oppressor puts us in. It's not what the Bible told us to do. And that's why we have to bring our standard up. Bring our standard up from what the society has given us. This society has given us the standards of a slave. You understand? So as slaves, they used to make slaves sleep with whoever was profitable for the plantation. That's where you get the word mother effer from. Because they would take the biggest slaves and they would put them behind and have sex with any woman, even if it was their mother, to breed more slaves. You understand? That's the culture that we have as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to have sex with whoever benefits this society. And it benefits American society if you now go and violate a brother by taking his woman. How many brothers is in the grave or in jail over a woman, over taking somebody else's woman? This is why the Lord told us these laws, because if we can change, if brothers could stop doing this thing right here, brother, I'm willing to get back 75% of brothers will be out the jail and out the grave. The rest is drug addiction. But besides that, most of the violence that happens is tied back to another man's woman. That's just the reality of our community. Go ahead.
If I could, I would probably add on another 10-15% of drug addiction going back to that.
Exactly. You understand? Many of you get with sisters that have a drug addiction, and you understand, and you don't understand. She's sleeping with that weed man, brother. If she's short on that age, brother, she is going to do a little sloppy. She's going to do what the Catholic Church says is okay. And she's going to do the nasty. You understand? She's going to put her mouth in places her mouth should not be for that eighth of weed. You understand? And that's just going to be that. And in her mind, she's still faithful to her man. That's not the case. You understand? Drug addiction, adultery is the culture of this society. It's not our culture. So this is the only way a man now can violate God's laws. Let's give me sin into transgression of the law. Go ahead, Shafat. What you got? Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 4, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
Now, in that day, what day is this talking about? This is the Bible saying, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. What day is this referring to? Is this the past? For those of you who say that the Bible is old, that's old days. See, you got to understand, brother, we in captivity. So a man got to be a blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Shut the. If you scared to deal with black women, just say it, brother. Just say it. Or if you don't like women's, just say it. You understand? But damn it, a black man or Hispanic or Native American Indian man choosing to take more than one woman is his right according to God. And it's all throughout the scriptures. Go ahead, brother.
Would that be saying when Christ comes back?
No. McQuash?
I would say when the proverbial crap hits the fan and all hell is breaking loose and the woman won't have any protection, she's going to want some protection. So she ain't going to give a damn about the other 9 sisters.
So when is that? When?
Soon.
Soon. So what more? So you said when things start to hit the fan and get bad, are things bad now?
Not bad enough, sir.
Not bad enough. I hear you. What more? Well, let me ask you this: what more has to happen for things to be considered bad?
A lot more lawlessness in the streets where like right now, even if something happens, you can call somebody to potentially get some help. In that time, there is no, the only call is going to be to your husband.
I hear you. So you mean tell me that black people can have people to call that's coming to help us?
On paper.
We talking about in practice, not on paper. We do we have somebody that we can call that's coming to help us? Last time I checked, we call the police and we could be in the right, and somehow we get arrested or we get shot or we get killed. It looked like this time it's referring to is now. And the reason why I'm going to this point, Bakwash, because fake Israelites will use this to say the same thing with the time of Jacob's trouble. Well, the time of Jacob's trouble, they always say it's somewhere down the line in the future where things get worse. When you deny what's happening to God's people right now. How many sisters have been raped? You understand? We act like rape is something that's old. How many sisters have real life been raped? No, raise your hand. You got to raise your hand. You understand? But it's something that happens because there's lawlessness in our streets. You understand? The fact that you got to get out your car, you got to take all your stuff in your car. If you live in a certain neighborhoods in the Black and Hispanic community, you got to take all your stuff out the car, or you got to put it in the trunk. Let you know we live in a streets that are lawless. You understand? When you scared to go out at a certain time of night, you don't let your kids go out certain places by themselves. Our streets are lawless. The time of Jacob's trouble, we're in it right now. And in Isaiah, this is the time, it's the day it's talking about. In that day, this is the day we're talking about. Go ahead, Bakwash.
It's like a sister online, called Shah Howard says, we call on the men of the Lord.
That's what's supposed to happen. You understand? And only because of the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA do we really have now men who will come and help you, who will come and save you. Brother, you know how many times brothers ain't got the call at all times of night, all times in the early morning, like Salagi, sir, my car's stuck on the side of the road, or Salagi, they fighting over here, sir. The people I'm staying with, they over here fighting, or all types of issues. The I.S.U.P.K is here to resolve it. You understand? The Christian church, they tell you to pray. The I.S.U.P.K, we are the answer to your prayers. You understand? That's the difference. The men of the Lord are supposed to do the work that the Lord told them to do. And that's to protect the people, to guide the people. You don't get that in church. You understand? It requires discipline, and it requires love, selfless love that only Christ taught us to have. You understand? So this is the days referring to. Who got it again? Read it again.
Sir. The book of Isaiah, chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread.
7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread. And what does that mean, when the sisters? What does it mean when it says we'll eat our own bread? Remember, the Bible, don't think white people. Think you. Think us. Think this is talking about us. Go ahead, little sis. Give her a hand. You damn near on it. We'll eat our own bread, meaning what is bread to black people today? Money. Meaning we'll make our own money. And we know sisters, y'all big on that. I'm INDEP. You understand? You understand? She got her own. That's the black community is proud of itself. I'm a boss chick. I got my own money. I don't need a man for yada, yada, yada. Shut up. You understand? Because you're going to be saying the same thing now when it's time for you to go get a man. You're going to have to put that on your resume. Slaggy, sir, I do have my own money. I don't need you to take care. I have my own money. You understand? You know why? Because the time is going to come where you have to make yourself as, what's the word I'm looking for? Marketable as possible. You understand? Because you already sharing a man. They tell you right now, sisters damn near outnumber brothers. How much? I believe it was that around now. Last time I checked, it was like 10-1. 12-1 sounds about right. So if you looking at the logistics and statistics of it all, you already gonna have to share a man. Right. So now the thing is, in order for you to get a man now, you have to understand that you have to bring something to the table. And that's why this Bible is excellent for our people, because it undoes the wrong of what we've been taught. We've been taught, well, he got to have, what do you bring to the table? Women always ask brothers that, what do you bring to the table? Well, what can you offer me? When the Bible says man wasn't created for the woman. Woman was created for the man. You understand? And that's not a demeaning role. That is perfect order. That's perfect order. And many of you sisters don't know what that is because you're so busy trying to live out this fantasy of the white man society. You're trying to live some Disney fantasy, and how has it been working out? Tell me, how's it working out? We can look at your life and know that what you think is wrong. You understand? We should listen to you, right? Because your life, it bears witness that you know what you're talking about. Or we cannot listen to you or me, and we can listen to God. And we'll see how this works. This is time-tested, proven to work. And the problem is we don't follow this, so nothing in our community functions. Nothing in our community works for our benefit. Go ahead, sis. I'm gonna come back to you, brother.
I feel like the reason why, well, I can say more so for myself. I'm going to speak for myself. The reason why I feel like I need to be independent because one, the men who were supposed to protect me did not protect me.
I understand. I'm going to cut you off. Let me ask you, what's independent?
Well, that I'm able to provide for myself and to protect myself.
Are you able to provide for yourself?
I do provide for myself now.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Sweat. You sure?
I know that God provides me most, but as far as like I go to work, I don't ask a man to pay my bills or anything.
Now, who signs your paychecks?
I'm sorry?
Who signs your paychecks?
Who signs my paycheck?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my supervisor does, but I'm the one who does the work, who goes into the work.
So you answer to your supervisor when you go to that job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, by definition, that's not independent, because without your dependency on that job, you wouldn't have a check. So technically, that's not independent. And this is just one thing, nothing against you. This is for all sisters to really understand what that word means. There is no Black, Hispanic, or Native American man or woman that is independent. It doesn't exist. You understand? We're slaves in this place. For you to believe you're independent is really you putting yourself in such a terrible position, because now you're putting yourself vulnerable to the attacks of the society. Give me an Apocrypha. 2 is better than 1. Give me that in the Apocrypha. You understand? So independent that's an illusion. It's the same thing as equality. It's one of the things that's been told to us as slaves to try to strive for, but it doesn't exist. Equality does not exist. Right now in this room, there's somebody that's the tallest, somebody that's the shortest, somebody that's the best looking, somebody that's the strongest, the fastest, the youngest, the oldest. In what way are we equal in here, just in this room? Equality doesn't exist. Go ahead, little sis. Color, listen, even the shade. Some of our browns got a little bit more glow to it. I know my brown is a little ashy today. You understand? So, even in color, we're not this. It's not. There's no equality. You understand? You had your hand raised. Awesome, slack. Young man Matthew, go ahead if you could. You had your hand raised.
Oh, slack. So I was just wanted to know if Isaiah 13 and 12 was a precept.
Let's read it.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold. And that's such a contradiction to this society, because this society, what is the standard, the common viewpoint on Black, Hispanic, and Native American men? What is the general consensus of Black and Hispanic and Native American men? Let me get that with that question. Lazy. What else? I want the sisters to answer. Y'all in here, who can tell us better than sisters? What is the general viewpoint of niggas?
That they want us to be their mother, rather than us be them be our man. And not only that, it's a lot of in the closet as niggas too.
Gay, mama's boys. Yeah. What else? Go ahead, sis. Go ahead, throw one out there. Just make yourself feel good. What else? Say, go ahead and say, y'all say it everywhere else. Niggas ain't shit. You understand, girl? He a dog. You understand? He is a dog. Yo, girl, he something wrong with him. He need help. He is what they say, he dusty. Yeah, he dusty. He loud. That's the one you should have said. I know you wanted to say it. This is the consensus on Black men. We are the worst of the worst, the bottom, just the problem. with a problem with the black community, with a problem with America, with a problem with society. This is what the Lord said. Read it again. Go ahead, Bakwash.
It's like sister online, Mina Israel said cheaters.
Cheaters. Mina Israel, what is a cheater? Go ahead, young man Matthew.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
Oh, she answering to the question I asked. Oh, Salaki Mina Israel. Yes, cheaters. You understand? Even though we're breaking down what that means and that doesn't exist. You understand? But black men are unfaithful, disloyal. You understand? Can't keep it in their pants. The Lord said he'll make a man more precious than fine gold. And what you're seeing happening right here in these classrooms all across the earth, you're watching Black, Hispanic, and Native American men be reborn again. Not that gay Christian rebirth where they claim to be reborn and they get dunked in water. You take some sodomite, some homosexual, and dip him in water. He just a wet homosexual. You understand? That's it. Everybody know. You seen the video. I'm not gay no more. I've been delivered. And everybody seen the video and laugh because like, nigga, you gay. Because we know you still gay. Because that Christian church doesn't fix our people. And we need to be fixed. And in here, you're watching now the people who would be in the dust like Adam was, who would be viewed as low, who live lives on the bottom. The Lord is now making them into fine gold. You witness it in here. You know, I could tell you, y'all may not know. I see the looks we get when we go to the clubs. When we step out, brother, the brothers in here, we get all the looks because there's something different about the men in here versus the brothers out there. You understand? The brothers that's not in here, you can expect everything we just said about the brothers in the closet, mama's boys, lazy, the whole nine. But in here now, we raise men. We build